It's been a strange day. And I think with my artwork, it's kind of how it goes with me is, maybe, uh, maybe I'm not the greatest artist in the world. Maybe I'm just kind of a mediocre artist. But I think what happens is I just have a lot of energy channeled through me and directed at me, and maybe it just comes out on into my paintings. And I try to keep it as positive as I can, but sometimes I gotta let a little of that negative energy out. That was a tongue twister. Let a little of that negative energy out. Man, say that like 5 times fast. So I think that's where the creepy stuff comes from. Is kind of me venting that negative stuff out. And anyway, like I said, no, there's going to be no art or anything in this video. This is just a tale of me seeing two bald eagles today, and the weird coincidence that my boss and his wife just earlier this week had a conversation about if somebody was going to show back up and give somebody else a sign that they should show up as two bald eagles together. And I walk outside today, and sure enough, there's two bald eagles sitting on a tree limb together. I wonder if somebody's trying to tell me something. We're going to go live tonight. I'll throw some energy down on the old digital pad here. We'll see if it's going to be positive or negative. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. We'll just start drawing and see what happens. I just wanted to share this weird tale with you. And until the next video, Oji-san out. Hey everybody, American Oji-san here. And I just kind of got a quick tale for you. It's about a weird day and two bald eagles, and that day was today. I was coming outside to go to work, to go to G-Balls, my second job, and when I came outside, see if I can get this camera to focus, there were two bald eagles sitting next to each other on a tree limb. Now this tree, about once a year I get a pretty cool picture of an eagle on. I guess this is kind of the season for them because they like to hang around here for the chicken houses. And I gotta get my camera to focus back on me again. Sorry guys. We're just gonna switch to this camera. It's just one of those days, folks. So this tree, about like I was saying, once a year I get a really good shot of an eagle out there. They like to hang around this area because of all the chicken houses and stuff. And I get to work, and I show these pictures to my boss and my coworker, and him and his wife had just had an encounter with a big eagle in their yard. It was kind of hanging out in their backyard by their jacuzzi, and they were talking about like spirit animals and stuff. And she said that if he ever dies, to come back as two bald eagles so that she would know it was him. Now, that's pretty weird, because I mean, what's the chances of it's got to be like 1 in a million to catch two big bald eagles sitting on the same limb, especially in this area. It's not like we just have bald eagles everywhere. So anyway, just kind of been one of those weird days. So now what happens is I go to upload these pictures. If I can get this camera to work for me. Come on, baby. You can do it. So I try to get these pictures uploaded. I try to get the video uploaded. And all three of these files are now corrupted, right? Are we gonna have to switch cameras again? Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Come on now. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So all three of these files are corrupted, and they won't open. Like, I can see the previews. I can even kind of watch the first second of that video, but then it just goes straight to being, it says it's a corrupted file. Now, I downloaded some bullcrap software that was supposed to fix the video file, and supposedly it did, but then, of course, when we were kind of wrapping things up and I went to open the file, it wanted to charge me $60 for fixing the video. So, you know, just another awesome thing from the internet.
What's up there, Custom Wheel Horse Tractor Eric?
I'm just going to tell you the tale.
I remember. We're just calling you Eric.
Just been kind of
ready?
One of those weird days.
Here
My
we
cameras
go.
Don't want.
All right. What's up, everybody? I got to get my screens fixed up just a little bit here. Let's see. We're going to move that down just a little bit there. All right. And then we got to adjust this back out. I'm sorry I had this adjusted for a different size picture earlier today. Take me just a second and we'll get this going. About right. Maybe a little bit bigger. Just a little bigger. Give you guys the best view I can. Shrink my big head down a little bit. I think this is the way most streamers start their streams, by setting up their page here. Alright, here we go. Welcome, Eric, and anybody else that happens to be out there lurking around. We're going to do another landscape tonight. But I think this one I'm probably going to add a little kicker up in the sky. We'll see where we go with it. Depends on how much of this I drink. Could get crazy. Alright. And away we go. Hope you've had a good day today, Eric. Where are you from, Eric? What part of the country? Or which country, I guess I should say. Never can tell around here. New York, alright. I got a buddy up in New York. Hope he's doing good tonight. I think he knows who I'm talking about. And all I gotta tell him is don't sweat the small stuff. Just keep on trucking. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Well, I'm down here in Arkansas. If I don't know if you've ever picked up on my accent. It's a little bit of a screwed up accent because I've kind of lived all over the place. But I am originally from Arkansas. This is my home state. I do sound pretty country, but not all that country. Just depends on which circles I'm running in. if I go up to my hometown, which is way up in Oark, Arkansas, I sound like I'm from New York. But if I go to New York, I sound like I'm from my hometown. We're just kind of getting this skyline set up here real quick. It's going to take me just a minute. You know, it was the weirdest thing when I went through basic training. I had lived in California for about 5 years, and then I moved back to Arkansas, and then I went into the Air Force, and I went into basic training, and like I'd say half of the flight is like a squadron in the Air Force, but half of our flight was from Arkansas and Oklahoma, so we all kind of sounded the same. Then the other half was from Chicago and New York, so it was quite a diverse little flight there. But I met a real good friend of mine. We still stay in kind of limited contact with each other. He's my basic training buddy by the name of Todd Andrews. But he is from New York. So that was kind of my first exposure to somebody from New York, and we become good buddies. Yeah, kind of all that commotion you hear back there is my wife putting the dogs out. Our old man dog, he's 21, 22 years old. We don't really know, but he has a kind of a hard time hearing. And I don't know if it's really that he has a hard time hearing, or if he's just an old man and don't give a damn about what we got to say anymore. One of the two. And I think it's the old man thing myself. Oh, sorry. I've got the hiccups. I don't mean to hiccup in your ear like that. He's we think he's a schnauzer. He's definitely a schnauzer mix, but we're not sure because we rescued him from a rescue. Like, he was starving. He was just a skeleton when we got him, and pretty much what was going on was the people that ran the rescue. They were good folks and they were trying to do the right thing, but they just got in over their head. And unfortunately for Dobby, he was pretty much starving by the time we got him. And he's always kind of struggled with weight. Kind of no matter what we feed him, he struggles. And he had a real bad case of heartworms when we first got him. He pretty much practically died on us one time, but he made it through that. But so we believe we took him to the vet when we got him here, and at the time, which was like 2008.
I think it's 2007,
Something like that. We brought him to the vet, and the vet figured at that time that he was over 10 years old. So he's got to be an old guy. And now he's still kicking. He runs around like a puppy, but he still struggles with weight. We feed him oatmeal and everything we can to mix in with his dog food. But he still struggles. But he is an old guy, and he just keeps on kicking.
He only has 2 teeth left.
Yeah. But we've given him the best life we could, and he's a tough old dude.
His brother, on the other hand,
Everybody around here, all the family, they all know Dobby. That's his name, is Dobby. He's a little white,
silver.
kind of a schnauzer poodle mix. We don't really know, but we named him Dobby because he looks like the little house elf from Harry Potter. He's cool dog, but I think he is fixing to retire soon because he is starting to kind of fade on us. But it's all good. Like I said, we gave him the best life we could give him. But he is a cool old man. But he is getting to that point where he just really don't give a damn what we got to say anymore. And I kind of don't blame him. You start getting to that retirement age, you kind of don't give a crap what anybody's got to say anymore.
His brother, on the other hand, is fatty.
Yeah, my wife's saying his little brother, which we call his little brother, is our little Chihuahua, Tucker. And Tucker's also, he's over 10 years old now, but
He's 9.
Tucker definitely Eats enough for both of them. Tucker's as big around as he is long.
Where's your brother at?
I may have to go out and help her get Dobby. He's probably out in the yard right now. Like I said, sometimes I don't know if he's just playing games with us, doesn't want to come in, or if he's getting deaf. I think it's a combination of the two. We'll have to go thin these stars out a little bit. I'm just kind of filling the sky up with them right now. I can't push too hard because then I get those big giant splats. So it's a little time consuming, but what I like to do is find all these new and different ways of kind of from start to finish doing these paintings, so that you kind of get the whole thing from start to finish. Yeah, everything will be all right. Sometimes I go quiet when I'm drawing. I don't mean to. I just kind of get caught up in what I'm doing. If there's anything you're wanting to talk about or ask, just throw it out there. I'll see it. Eventually, I'll look up. Right. I think after we finish with this one, I got a buddy of mine who's going to be doing a live stream, and I'll go over there and catch that one. You know, one thing I've kind of figured out on here is we all got buddies and we all try to take care of each other, but I think we all get a little too worried about who's doing what and all that kind of stuff. I think we'd all be a lot better off just doing your thing, seeing your buddies when you can see them on here. And again, I'll quit talking about it. There's Monica. Yeah, this one won't take me long, and kind of get a head start for you here. I'll be over there before you know it. Oh, yeah. I don't know what all's going on with everybody this week. been a kind of a weird week, so if we're gonna do it, I'm all in. If not, I'll still be here drinking probably. Or I may just go to bed. I don't know.
Let me fall asleep before you come to bed. That must be Dobby.
Like Dobby's in there having a dream or something, don't it?
No, he's just exhaling.
Oh, so just stretching out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way I am. I'm just here to make friends and draw pictures. Not really all that concerned about all that other stuff. So this one, as you can tell, is going to be kind of another one of these kind of space city things. I'm not sure. I just really kind of dig this sci-fi stuff. I did that straight up landscape earlier today, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, and it was all I could do not to throw a spaceship up in the sky on that one. So I can't hold back on this one. We gotta go sci-fi with this one here. Yeah, I kind of just been in this landscape mood this whole week. I did that one kind of weird, creepy acrylic painting because I'm really just kind of trying to get back into the flow of acrylics. But honestly, kind of starting to get back into this landscape stuff. Just whichever way the wind blows me, I guess. I really like how the oil brushes blend with the colors. Like when you use these oil brushes on this program, it treats everything as if it's oil paint. So no matter what color I drag it through and no matter what brush I laid it down with, it's going to act like it's oil paint. So that's why it blends like this and mixes. So that's why I use those things so much. I really like how it does that. Alright, guys, I gotta take a little break. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hey everybody, American OG-san here, and I just kind of got a quick tale for you. It's about a weird day and two bald eagles, and that day was today. I was coming outside to go to work, to go to G-Balls, my second job, and when I came outside, see if I can get this camera to focus, there were two bald eagles sitting next to each other on a tree limb. Now this tree, about a year I get a pretty cool picture of an eagle on. I guess this is kind of the season for them because they like to hang around here for the chicken houses. And I gotta get my camera to focus back on me again. Sorry guys. We're just gonna switch to this camera. It's just one of those days, folks. So this tree, about like I was saying, once a year I get a really good shot of an eagle out there. They like to hang around this area. Back. I'm already back. Alright. Yeah, those flowers were just kind of a last minute idea I had. I'm glad that one came out as good as it did. All my friends start showing up. It always kind of inspires me to push myself. I think you should try one of your acrylics on here live sometime, Monica. Got Mrs. OG-san lurking around, checking on her little man and their dog. So many OG-sans, huh? This is the one and only. I've said it before. Whether we're here streaming or you're standing on my front porch and we're having a beer, be the same guy. more. I'm going to play with this little background city here, but we'll give it a few more little details. And all this random stuff I'm putting in the back, I don't know any more about what's going on back there than you do. I just think it looks cool, so I throw it in there. Well, I can sit here and tell you how genuine I am, but I always find that that don't mean much nowadays. I think the longer you hang around, you can judge for yourself. I tell you, I kind of strive to live a drama-free life. Just don't do the drama. Well, I'm getting too old and too impatient with it all. All right. Maybe just a couple more little things here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now let's start working on that big old spaceship. Yeah, he seems like a good dude, though. I think he likes to have fun and chill out. All right, here we go. Now I'm thinking about yay bigish. So I gotta cut this in pretty sharp to begin with, so it's gonna look a little funky for a second, and then we'll start working this down. And I may actually, because that's going to be high enough, it's not going to reflect down there. Some of it may. All right. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here, thinking through this thing. Just thinking out loud. Oops. See, I about screwed up right there. I hate when I grab the wrong brush. Yeah, we're gonna start it right here, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with this thing yet, but we're gonna do something. I've just got to get this carved out a little better. Sometimes drawing these things is almost like a math problem. Cool. Did he like the dust skull? Did he get it? Haven't asked you how he liked his yet. My kids got me on a Pokemon kick. They all started wanting me to do creepy Pokemon, so I told them I would try to creep some up for them. And that's what happened. No, thank you, Eric. So now I have to get a little bit creative here and a little less relying on the tools and a little bit more relying on my hand here. So this gets just a little tricky. And then we will take this thing and we're going to trim that down to the shape we want it. So all these little digital art tricks, they sure come in handy. We're starting to get somewhere now, I think. Alright, I'm just kind of getting the feel. Bam, about right there. Okay. Sorry talking to myself again, guys. And look at me with a wrong stupid line on there. Sideways. This is going to be kind of like a jellyfish type of UFO here. Almost like an upside down city is kind of how best way I can describe it. It's how I'm seeing it in my head. And it's going to kind of match up with the city that's on the ground there. So we're going to get these rough lines in first, and then we'll start sharpening this thing up. Like I said, here at first we're just kind of getting the idea of what we want to do. Then we'll go cut it in real nice and sharp. Alright, so here we go. These lines are going to get pretty sharp from here on out. So we got to get these big thick lines in first. Sorry if I just zone out for a while too here. I'm just really kind of keep this in my head what I'm trying to accomplish here. Ooh. Let's see here, what do we got? Alright, that's cool. That'll work out. That'll be about the time I get done with this one. We'll see you over there. back there singing a DMX song.
Mm-hmm. Well, trying to, anyways.
All right. Thank you.
And we got a lot of comments.
All right, here we go. So we're going to save this version. Well, actually, I got to put a couple more light details in here. Just a couple. Give me just a second. Okay, now we're hitting the moment of truth. All right, Eric, we'll see you later. Thank you very much for coming by and checking it out. A little bit more touch up on this stuff. Just a little bit. Alright, here we go. So we need to save it. Always remember to save your work in digital art. Call this Spaceport 1. So I've got this saved, so if anything goes wrong here, we can go back and grab all of these layers back. But what I have to do is all layers. So now I can't go and separate these layers out. Kind of that moment of truth when you're ready. Your water effects here. How big is this thing? Let's see. I almost think that's too strong. Let's drop it down to about 8. There we go. Thank you. Alright, let's give this thing a nice little filter and we'll see what we got going on here. And like I said, it looks fine the way it is, but I like to make them look like a painting. And I've got a couple of my tricky little filters in here that I can do that with. And I just got to figure out which one I want to use. I think it's gonna be this. Yeah, this one. I like this one better. Sharpen that back up. Get a little bit of that. Too much, maybe that, then turn it back down. It's always crazy when you play with the contrast, how it starts affecting your colors. So then you have to go back and play with all your saturations and your triggers and all of that stuff to make it come out the way you kind of envisioned it to come out. But I think this one's going to come out pretty good. Pretty much what I had envisioned when I started this. Sometimes these do come out a little dark, but that's okay. Okay, good enough. And we will name this one Big Ol' Spaceship. And then we're going to save this. Alright, so there's where we started. And here's what we got right now. So you can see with just that little touch of contrast and a little bit of the color change, it gave it a whole new look. And wow, I've been on this for over an hour now, so you know what that means. That means it's time for me to sign this thing. And I know for some artists, an hour is nothing. That's just like them getting started. But I, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just a short attention span or what, but I like to have them wrapped up in about an hour. Maybe I'm just impatient, but all right, Monica, Eric, appreciate you guys coming by. We'll leave it up here for a couple minutes, and then we'll sign off, and I'll go get another one ready, and we'll see you around. And remember, and I do mean it, OG San's got your back. And until the next video, OG San out.
Hey everybody, American OG San here, and I just kind of got a quick tale for you. It's about a weird day and two bald eagles, and that day was today. I was coming outside to go to work, to go to G-Balls, my second job, and when I came outside, see if I can get this camera to focus, there were two bald eagles sitting next to each other on a tree limb.